Hello guys, this is George Bunjet with Murray State University, and today we'll discuss about plotting data in Python, acquiring data from Arduino board and plotting in Python. For this we need to use two Python libraries, matplotlib and another one that's called drawnow. To install them we need to go to use pip, like the way the usual installation in Python. So in order to do that, we have to open a command prompt into the script. So folder that if you've done so right here in the search you can type a command, and it's opening a command prompt. And right now as you guys can see, I'm in my account, but I need to go into the where the pip is located, and this is I need to change the directory, so I'll do it right now. So it's I know where I put the installation. That's why I said in the beginning it's very good to put it in such a way. So mine is in Python 38, and it's in the pip is in the folders called scripts. Scripts. Alright, so then you enter there, and I'm in that folder right now. So in this case I will have to say pip3 install, and I will say matplotlib. So I press enter, and of course I have it installed, but in your case, if you're not having it installed, then you will go and install it. So in my case it tells me that I'm good. After you do this, you install the drawnow function library. So the same way we say pip3 install, let's see, install drawnow, and hit enter. And again, in my case it's already there because I installed it previously, but so you know where you can do to install these two libraries. And this is on the Windows. I apologize, I'm not very much of help for Mac. If you guys want to use if you are having trouble with the Mac, then we can use the 2371 laboratory, the computers there, so we can run on Windows. But let's now close this once we have them, and we open a course. So as we were saying, first of all, in this tutorial I want to generate a sawtooth signal that Arduino microcontroller is going to reproduce it and send it from here to via serial port, like in the same way. So we'll use the same software in Arduino that we used previously. You can copy and open a new file and copy the previous one and paste it there. So in this case, in order to generate a sawtooth signal, we don't have to, when we increment the counter every time, as you guys can see here, we put a condition. So we know that the sawtooth is going to go increase and then jump down again, increase and jump down. So basically this is what we put when we go, say we want to generate it with an amplitude say of 5 whatever it is, arbitrary units in this case. So I'm starting from 0, go all the way to 10, which is the largest, and then go back to 0. So amplitude of this, so to say, it will be 5 in this case. So that I put this condition there, and I will attach also this script in a snippet on our page. Then we go, as you guys might, in order to open Python, I did created a shortcut on the screen. If you can, you don't know how to do it, you come here in the start button, and you will find it at the letter P. So that's Python 3.8 in my case, and I'm gonna use it. So the IDLE is the one I want to create a shortcut. So in this case I right click and then say more, and you guys say open file location, and in the file location you are right click again on the IDLE, and then we say here create shortcut. So it tells you that you cannot create another shortcut in here, you already have it. So do you want the shortcut to be placed on the desktop? Yes, of course, and we select yes. In my case I already did it, so you know how to do it. So we can open Python after you create a shortcut, either from the desktop or from the start screen menu if you want to. So I'll start it in here, and yeah, you know, you go there and you start a new file. That in this file I will show you what I'm talking about. That already I worked out a file that shows you how you can use the matplotlib and also the one that we were discussing, the drawnow function. So basically you can copy and paste this, or you can type it however you prefer it. So we are building right now on the previous file, Python file that we did in tutorial number 1. So you guys can see that we have to have 2 more imports. In this case I have to import the matplotlib, and this is the plot, because that's what I'm trying to do here. And you also can see that I am using in this case the drawnow, and I'm importing all the functions in the drawnow that I can use. I just don't want to select one particularly. So again, this is similar like we did in the first file. Again, in this case, because I am wanting to continue plotting each time when I selecting a point on the microcontroller generates a data point, I want to get that data point and keep the previous, all of them, into an array. So that's why I'm creating an array, not keeping only one point at a time. So here I call it data array, and it's an empty array. And then in this case I can create a function that I call it figure, and here is the function. That's how you guys can see, in order to create a function in Python you have to use a colon there. So you know, you can, after you declare it, there is no input for this one, so it's gonna plot the array. That's one. And because I know that in this case I have time, you know, every point will be every second, so anyway I put on x-axis this the time. I don't even have to generate in this case a time axis, but that's how we put it, and I call it time. And in here I have the amplitude of the signal, the sawtooth signal. And in the infinite, when we go down here, and you guys can see that all of these are indented, so whenever we are clicking here we'll create this indentation. So please be aware when you're doing that, so you have the indentation, because that's how Python it is, doesn't have any parentheses where the function starts, and that's where the indentation shows you where the function stops. In this case it would stop there. So in the forever loop, that infinite loop that we have, in this case I'll put the condition like, again, I can put in this case like we did it previously, or we can also put it in another way, like while data it's while I don't have data at the serial port, just do nothing, just stay there, pass. But while this Arduino serial data in waiting is different than 0, then that can go in this instead gets out of this loop, you know, and that's grabbing that line, and it's gonna, of course, you guys recall, I'm not sure if we discussed about this, Arduino is gonna send, and Python is going to receive as a string the data, which is not a number, it's just like any word, you know, and we have to transform that string into a number, and this is the way we do it. We declare it as a float number, and that's you know, the string is going to be transformed, and we append that float, that number, into our original array here. We start putting that there. After we do the append, then we say, okay, draw now the figure, which is gonna do exactly draw the array, and we just put here a pause, so we let it do it that way. And let's see if we run this, if it produces our plot, or we have to debug this in some form. So you guys can see every second when it starts to plot, it's gonna plot the sawtooth, it's gonna increment all the way to 10, and then it's gonna jump to 0 at 11. And that's how we were generating this. So you get familiarized without using any sensor, how you grab the data and how you plot it and put it into an array, so you have it in real time. And one main thing that is very important when you are doing this, again, you have to put both of them in the same folder. So you have the Arduino file that just generates the sawtooth, and this one is the one that I'm using to acquire the data. This was the previous program, and I use it and copying and debugging it a little bit. So, but these are the two of them that are working together. As you can see, I don't have, well, I do have this one open because I wanted you to see it. So that's kind of what happened. But I can close this and the software will still continue to run. So hope this is useful. In case I was unclear with something, please let me know. Shoot me an email at gbunjet.edu. Have a beautiful day.